Hi Capricorns, it's Jill and welcome to Tarot by the Sea. I hope you're really, really well. Thank you for all your views and your likes last week. Oh my goodness, you guys, I'm so touched. I genuinely am so touched. I hope it helped in some way. I love doing the readings and I hope you enjoyed them too. Right, this is your reading for the 22nd to the 30th. I'm so sorry they're a little bit late. You may hear in the background that there is tiles being cut. So, and yesterday was so much worse, so I couldn't get them out yesterday. So, 22nd to the 30th. I won't say anything about the cards if you don't like shuffling and you want to fast forward. I will say what they are, but I won't say anything about them. Okay. Using Gilded Tarot, Tira Marchetti, and Fairy Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine as well. So, let's move on. My cards are playing up really badly today. I've done Pisces and I've done Virgo, and the cards are just flying everywhere. So hopefully yours will be a little bit better. Ooh, you've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. What's that going on about? Two of Pentacles. Strength card nearly came out. You've got some cards that are very similar, not coming out, but very similar to Virgos. I hope you can hear okay. I had to buy a new microphone, and I'm not entirely sure how well it's working. So please, if you can't hear, can you let me know, and I'll have to do something about it, because that's not good. You've got the same cards falling out and out and out. No, they don't feel right. Towards the end of the month, towards the end of the week, the cards are not coming out. This is your final card. Yeah, you're holding on to something, that's right. Right, on the bottom of the deck, you have the Ten of Pentacles, which is generally a really good card. But given that your last card in the deck is the Four of Pentacles, or the last card in the spread is the Four of Pentacles, and that's the Four of Pentacles down there, I'm not getting such a good vibe from this at the moment. But if you've watched me before, just because I don't get a good, just because the cards don't look good, doesn't mean that the reading doesn't turn out to be good. So let's have a look and see what we can see. So you have the Queen of Swords in reverse, you have the Two of Pentacles, you have the Fool, and you have the Two of Swords. You have the Star, you have the Six of Cups, and you have the Four of Pentacles. You don't have many major arcanas in there apart from the Star at this point. So this may be down to you to make the decisions. Oh, I'm saying that, you've got Justice as your first card come out from this deck. Two of Summer. Eight of Autumn. The poor Eight of Autumn card is right. I'm going to keep out the Knight of Swords as well, okay, because that's ended up in this deck, so it could be relevant, and we'll find out as we go. Oh my goodness, my loves. You know when I open my mouth and go, you haven't got many major arcana. Summer. Three of Autumn, Six of Autumn. Right, and on the bottom of this deck you have the Seven of Spring. Okay, let's just give people a minute to just switch back on again. Right, so the Seven of Spring says, be assertive, don't back down from what you believe, courageously stand up for yourself. That could be because you want the Ten of Pentacles. It could be that someone's trying to take your money away from you, actually, or trying to take something away from you. But they're kind of doing it slowly, they're not doing it fast. Or maybe you're trying to slowly take something away from somebody. Let's go through the deck. Okay, here we go, Capricorn. Are you ready? We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. We also have the Knight of Swords. Could be related, might not. So the Queen of Swords is an air sign. Okay. Yeah, and the Queen of Swords is an air sign, so Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Okay. Now, when the Queen of Swords is in the upright, she speaks her mind. She's quite blunt. She's very honest. She's very intelligent. When she's in the reverse, she can be nasty, like really nasty. Okay, she's vindictive, she's spiteful, she's all of those things. She can cut people out like you didn't believe. She's just like, and she doesn't mince her words when she's doing it either. Or it could be that you've been dealing with this Queen of Swords and now you're not. It's really strange. I'm getting a really odd feeling about this. I'm getting the feeling that somebody's really hurt. And I'm also getting the feeling that, see, the Queen of Swords is genuinely really honest, and she's really upfront, and she speaks her mind, and she does all those things. And I wonder whether in this case you're dealing with an air sign who isn't being honest with you. She's not portraying that Queen of Swords energy. And it's like, we have this card. Now normally, I would say, so these two people are looking at an idea, they're sharing an idea, okay. I always get the thing of like a whiteboard or something like that, you know, or an overhead projector or something, where someone's projecting something onto a screen and doing like a presentation or something, and the people are looking at it and they're going, oh yeah, and they're all kind of sharing this idea. But this person has a different idea. And I think this might be the Queen of Swords. Because she's the one holding the sword. And it's like, perhaps they're the one who's presenting this idea. And it looks like this. And it's kind of very similar to the one that she's holding in her hand. It looks like that. But when you look at the one she's holding in her hand, it actually looks very different. So maybe what you're being told isn't honest. And I'm not saying it's completely dishonest, I'm not saying it's a lie, because it is still a sword. But it's a distortion of the truth, is what I'm getting. I'm not getting a moon card, I'm not getting secrets. I'm not getting the moon card, there's no moon card there. There's no moon card there. Okay. Because of this, I'm kind of getting the idea. And we have the Knight of Pentacles as well. And there's the moon card. Okay. We have the Knight of Pentacles as well. I'm wondering if this is about money. I'm wondering whether someone is if this is a business then. I'm wondering if there's something financial where someone's just if you've got someone working for you, if you have your own business, maybe they're just kind of like draining away a little bit of the profits all the time, and they're telling you the figures look like this, but actually they don't. And what should be the Ten of Pentacles, for you is actually the Four of Pentacles, because this person is slowly kind of moving money off to one side, if that makes sense. Remember, these energies could be the other way around, okay? So maybe you're the one doing this. And pentacles aren't just about money, they're about stability and security and all of those things, okay? Anything to do with houses, anything to do with anything in the material world. Doesn't even have to be a person. It could be an organisation, but you don't have the Hierophant. But the sense that I'm getting is it could be an organisation, it could be that you're being overcharged for something over and over again. Wolfie's Tarot last week, I think it was for last week, and it wasn't for you, it was for Libra. So if you've got Libra in your chart, there was something about utility bills and how you're being overcharged for them. And it could be something along those lines, if that makes sense. So it's just slowly, money is just kind of draining out that shouldn't be. Right. Now we have the Two of Cups, we have the Two of Summer, which is Two of Cups, and we have the Two of Pentacles. Maybe this is someone that you're in a relationship with who's doing this, possibly. It's like, maybe because you think you've got the Ten of Cups, and you've actually only got the Six of Cups, because Four have kind of disappeared off. You're having to juggle finances. And it's like you're focused on, the Six, but you're not seeing the Four. Does that make sense? It's like you're focused on something, and you're not seeing the other thing. And you have it. He has got it. I mean, the second pentacle, both of the pentacles are within the rainbow. But he's only focused on one, and it's not the one that's in hand yet. So for some of you, I mean, this is sometimes juggling card. This is juggling two people or whatever, two things, okay? Maybe you have two things that are important to you. Maybe work and love are important to you. But at the moment, you're working on the thing that you don't have in hand yet. And that's your focus. So if you're in a relationship, maybe you're focusing on money. If you and that makes sense, doesn't it? Because basically this is already there. The little mouse went off and picked up all these pentacles, and he's sitting there smiling away to himself because he's quite pleased with himself. And the tortoise has only managed to collect 4 because he's like slower. So he's kind of, and both these things will make you happy. We have the sun, we have the sun. But these ones are in the bag, these ones aren't yet, okay? And maybe these ones are coming in slowly. Maybe they're coming in slowly. You're making slow progress. Your little turtle there is making slow progress. Your Knight of Pentacles making slow progress. If you look at his pentacle shield there, it reminds me a lot of the little turtle's shell. Okay, and it's the same colours. Can you see it's the same colours? So the turtle's shell is the same colour as his horse's coat. So I think it might be coming in slowly for you, but it is coming in. It is coming in, okay? It's just coming in slowly. So perhaps you just need to keep focused on it. And I think you will be fine. I think you will be fine. Okay, this is a bit of a disjointed reading. That first bit of it didn't really seem to tie in with the second bit. Then you have the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups says, falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone, forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up, your relationship can be healed. So maybe maybe you've been focusing on work and you haven't been, because we have the Knight of Swords and we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Now normally the King and Queen would be a couple, okay, but it's the Knight, so I wonder if somebody's younger. I wonder if the Knight is younger than the Queen, and maybe the Queen's being a bit of a, she's had her feelings hurt. She's very defensive, the Queen of Swords. She's been hurt in the past, and she's very defensive. And when she gets defensive, she can be quite cutting. Okay. And maybe that's how it's been. And maybe it's like, I don't think there's been dishonesty here, to be honest. We were talking about dishonesty. Maybe for some of you that's the case. I don't really think there's been dishonesty here. I think you have clarification. I think the Queen of Swords has been the Queen of Swords. Okay. You've come to maybe possibly meet them in the sense of kind of the meeting of minds here. You shared this communication because sometimes it's about messages as well. Okay, Knights sometimes carry messages. So maybe you've had this shared communication. There's been maybe a misunderstanding or something, but you're both on the same page now. You're both seeing it the same way. You're now focusing on getting that relationship back on track, and it's saying, yes, don't worry, your relationship can be healed. Okay. For some of you, you've been a bit of a fool. Okay, for some of you or the other person has been a bit of a fool. If you are the Queen of Swords, maybe this other person has been a bit of a fool. Maybe for some of you, you've had commitment issues before in the past. But maybe for some of you, you guys are just moving forward without the baggage. Okay. Maybe in the past you weren't able to make a decision. That's really interesting. Okay, I'm going to show you something. Right, we have the Two of Swords. Right. We have the Two of Swords. Pointing in different, we have two swords people, pointing in different directions. Yeah? Then we had this miscommunication. And it's like crossed swords. It's like crossed communication. There has been a misunderstanding there. And maybe what's happening here, this person's wearing a mask, that person is wearing a mask. So whoever this female person is, perhaps they haven't been seeing things as clearly. Okay, this person's wearing a mask, this person's wearing a mask. The Fool's wearing a mask too, actually. For some of you, maybe you're ready to move on because there's been this cross communication, and then you get the Tower card, which is life experience card in this deck. And it says, let go of belief systems that no longer work for you, an important life-changing event, a situation that leads to significant opportunities. I don't think this is a bad tower. I actually think this might be a good tower. Because you've been told that you're going to win in the end. You've been told that there's going to be forgiveness in the resolution of a problem. You've been told not to give up, your relationship can be healed. And then it says, an important life-changing event, a situation that leads to significant opportunities. This isn't a bad tower, I don't think. It's just a change. And maybe you're moving forwards after this miscommunication, this crossed swords, okay? And maybe you're moving your relationship up to a new level because it says falling in love or making a serious commitment to someone. could be a water sign. It could be a water sign, or it could be a Leo as well. Right, then we have the star. So you have hope. There is hope there, okay? That's lovely, and that's major arcana. And it says, let go of the past. We have release, which is the 13 card. It says, let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities, time to move on. For some of you, yes, you might be moving away. For some of you, yes, you might be deciding to go off and be the fool. Because somebody can't make a decision as to what's going on, or maybe there have been these crossed swords and it's just caused problems. I mean, if you look at the sky, it's cloudy and everything else. Maybe secrets have come out. I've seen this before in this card now. It's like she's got the mask on, but then down here is a full moon, so things are illuminated. So information has come out. You shared information. Things are now illuminated. There's still things in the dark. It's not the sun, but it is the moon, and it's a full moon. So things are much clearer now than they were. And this may be a tower moment for you, where you have to let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. You have to remember with the tower that the tower always happens to get us back on our path. Okay, as hard as it can be, it always happens. And then we have the star. So we have hope, let go of the past, and ending that makes way for new opportunities, time to move on. So for some of you, you're moving on from having had this miscommunication to actually moving into a new phase of your life with someone. Perhaps for some of you, it's if you've been paying too much for your gas and electricity, then maybe you just decide to go and get somewhere else. Okay, you go to another provider even. But you want the 10 and you've got the 6. For some of you it might be financial issues. For some of you it's like your relationship's struggling because you've got different views on what you want in life, you know. If I can find it. The little mouse wants to be really, really busy and has all this money and has got the sun, and they want to keep their money and they want to save. And this little turtle's just a little bit more careless with money. And he's not that bothered about money. He's not looking at it, whereas the little mouse is there like going, look at all my money. And the turtle's just like, oh, the little tortoise thing's just like, yeah, there's money in it. So maybe you have different views. And maybe that's what this is. Maybe you have different views on finances. Maybe you have different views on finances. And it's been causing problems. Maybe someone's spending too much while someone wants to save. Maybe someone's very ambitious where the other person isn't. Maybe that's what it is. So it could be that. And it could be that you're coming to a resolution about it and you're all sorts of... Maybe one of you wants to buy a house and the other one can't decide. Because that person's going, look, let's buy this house. And this person's kind of like looking at something else. And they're just like, yeah, I'm not really that interested in buying a house, thanks. You know, don't really want to. You know, it's like, I quite like being free and single and, you know, having no responsibilities and no commitments. Possibly. For some of you, maybe you want children and the other person doesn't. You have the Four of Summer, which is the Four of Cups. Being distracted and failing to see a magical opportunity, taking off someone or something for granted, discontentment with life. So maybe for some of you, you know, maybe you're looking back to the past and going, oh, you know, it's just like, used to be really fun, and now it's not really. Maybe for some of you, someone wants you to go back to the past, and you're not interested. And they're begging you, they're down here going, please, 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 let's go back to whatever situation we were in the past. And you're like, yeah, I don't really want to. I don't really want to, thanks. Thank you. For some of you, here we go. We have the Four of Autumn. And it says, follow your passion when it comes to your career and be the best at what you do, being compensated for your creative talents. Okay. This little person thing there has found something lovely and shiny. And he thinks it's awesome. It's not a pentacle, it's just a shiny, useless thing by the looks of things. It doesn't look very helpful or useful. It just looks shiny and pretty. And it's just like, yeah, but it's great because it's shiny and pretty. And then it's like you have the Four of Pentacles, so we get caught back to this again. We get come back to this again. And this person's got their Four of Pentacles, and they're looking quite happy with that. Oh, excuse me, I thought I was going to say, this person's got their Four of Pentacles, and they're looking quite happy with it. And this little person here has got their whatever that is, and they're looking quite happy with it. And it's just like, actually, I'm quite happy with my Four of Pentacles, you know. And the Three of Autumn says, follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best that you can do, being compensated for your creative talents. So maybe you love your job, but it doesn't pay very much, and someone else is going, you need to get another job because I want to buy a house, I want to have kids, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do the other. And you're just like, but I like my job. I like my job. And the Six of Autumn, which is the next card, says the good you do comes back to you, an unexpected inflow of money, borrowing wisely or repaying a debt. So maybe for some of you, you are getting a mortgage. But for some of you, it's like you're getting back. You may not be getting back financially, but the Six of Autumn is the Six of Pentacles. You may not be getting back financially particularly, but you're loving it. And it's like the money is coming in, it's just coming in more slowly. But you really want to be doing what you're doing. This is certainly not going to resonate for everyone. This seems to be very specific. It doesn't just have to be about work, okay? It can be about any way that it fits into your life. But this is the way that I'm seeing it. This is the way that I'm seeing it. And if be assertive, don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. So if what you want to do is basically stay in your job, and kind of stick to the financial aspect of it, you know, the finances may not be fantastic, but they're coming in slowly. And then if you are the person who wants to buy the house and the other person is like, yeah, I don't want to, I'm not in that stage yet, I want to be the fool. Maybe you're, you know, fed up of it a little bit, because I'm looking at this Four of Summer. And maybe you're fed up of it, and you're the one that needs to stand up for what you believe in and what is, and you need to be assertive, perhaps. So very, very interesting reading. There's quite a few major arcana in there. And all the rest of your cards are basically pentacles, so commitment, security, stability, finances, career, and cups, which love, money, love and, well, basically emotional fulfillment. Okay. This could be to do with two jobs as well. It doesn't have to be two people. Okay, it could be to do with two jobs. It's going to be like, one's going to pay you more, but you're not going to enjoy it as much as the other one. Maybe some of you being offered a promotion at work. You know, you do a really good presentation, and then it's just like, yeah, I really want you to take on this extra project. I really want you to do this, and you'll earn more money, and it'll be great for your career. And you're like, but I actually quite like doing what I'm doing. So I don't really want to take on any more responsibility at the moment. And they'll go, yeah, but you can buy a house, and you can have kids, and you can do all this stuff. I just kind of like having the life that I've got. So that's for some of you. Anyway, my loves, I'm going to leave it there, and I will speak to you next week. All right, take care. Bye.